Hello, everybody, and welcome out to episode 54 of the Pod of War Gamescast. I'm your host, Hugh Gizmo, joined this week by the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Massivdas Pengilly.
Hello, everyone.
And the man with the Game Pass subscription, it's CW Lanky.
Hello.
So, boys and girls, another week. We're not talking about Stadia anymore because it's dead. Game over, GG.
I killed it.
Craig killed it. It was Craig that did it. It was Craig, not Phil Harrison. Craig did it all along. So, before we get into our topic of the show, let's talk about our usual preamble, what we've been buying, what we've been playing. And this week, I think we're in a very unique situation that Chris actually hasn't done much. So let's start with you, Chris.
Yeah, I have bought nothing
With a
this
K?
week. Yeah, with a K. Well, actually, did I buy Nier Automata last week?
I believe
It
the
hadn't arrived.
Royal Mail were on
Hadn't-
strike again, so
Yeah,
that's why you
well,
didn't
that
have it.
arrived, so that arrived, but it's more of last episode one. I've been playing more Darkfield Chronicles. I feel I'm at the end of chapter 5 of the game. The game's got like 7 chapters, but chapter 7, I think there's like 1 or 2 missions in that one, so I'm nearly finished that. That is it.
What?
Nothing on the Steam Deck. Where's the Steam Deck update, Pengy?
Actually, no, I don't know. I did play the demo of that Astrios Curse of the. I don't know what the subtitle is. Curse of. It's just come out. It looks a bit like Immortals, Phoenix Rising, and Kena, but as like a Dark Souls type game. But even I beat the first boss like right away on the demo. It's as a crocodile, and then later continue the level. There's another sort of boss, which is much harder. It took me like 4 or 5 attempts to defeat him, and then when it did, you get like the splash screen saying, "Thanks for playing," blah blah blah, and it's just thanks for defeating this special demo boss or something. And then I did look at the achievements / trophies on it, and it looks like there wouldn't actually normally be a boss there. So I guess again, beating him, so this is how hard it's going to get. But I think as a demo, it's like, oh yeah, we're going to chuck this really hard boss at you, like kind of early. Seems a bit of a sort of a dick move. And I did also do a couple races of Grid Legends as well on my Steam Deck.
Lovely.
Which-
Lovely.
Yeah.
What's that through? If you bought that, is that xCloud? Is that?
No, it's through EA Play on
I see.
Steam. Yeah.
Lovely. So I'm sure Craig will talk about Craig some more in a moment, but good week for Pengy, nice quiet week. A 2-minute Pengy section. Who thought we'd see the day? It's one of the signs of the apocalypse, I believe, Craig. So before
I'm sure I make up with it with some
there'll be
all sorts of shenanigans next week.
there will be
Well,
a
it's just
special
because
Penguins episode.
all I've been playing is Starfield Chronicles. I'm like, I can only tell you so much of about it. Like the missions are pretty much the same all the time.
You've told us enough, Pengy. It's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good. We'll wait for the full review of that when you finish. So before we get to Craig, we'll talk to me because then I can have a small break from talking before I end up talking for all the time, which is what I do anyway. I've had actually a very opposite week to Pengy. I've been very busy. So I believe last week I had got the platinum for Miles Morales.
That's
And
correct.
since then I have got the platinum for Formula One Manager 22, everyone, which is my rarest platinum now. I was in
Nice.
the first 174 people to do it on True Trophies. I think it's a lot easier than that, but okay. People maybe don't understand the trophies. But yeah, that one's done.
Yeah, I
Craig.
can imagine a lot of people have played it. Evo. Like,
No,
it's quite
it's-
a niche thing, isn't it?
It is, but I feel like the people that do play it should understand how to. Like, it's basically just win and finish the seasons. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's done. I've got it. I'm up to 40 platinums now. I've just put a small video on the channel about my plan to get to 50 before the end of the year.
Still 8 behind me.
Still 8 behind you, but I mean, I think I've overtaken you for completion percentage quite a bit now. I've almost caught you on PlayStation level. Unbelievably, even though I've played 100 less games than you, because the quality of the games I play is just better. So I'm coming for you, Pengy. I'm coming for you. I mean, I should overtake you by the end of the year, I think, on all PlayStation stats you can track. So it's a dark day.
Yeah, you're not going to get 10 platinums the rest of the year.
You don't think so? What's the bet if I do? and I don't do any more than one Pengals Platinum in there. You've just confidently said to me that I'm not going to get 10 more Platinums between now and New Year's
Well,
Eve.
surely you actually need to get 11. You need to go past me.
Well, you've got how many have you got? You've got
48, so you need to get 9 really then.
Yeah, so you don't think I'm going to get 9 or 10 Platinums between now and New Year's Eve?
No.
Okay, so if I do, you have to, for your 50th Platinum a game of my choosing, and I will not choose a game that's not doable. I will choose a game that you can absolutely Platinum. Is that a fair thing to say? And if I don't get it, then you can pick 2 games I have to. You can pick whatever I haven't got until 50. So if I've got 47, you can go for 48, 49, 50. These are the games you have to Platinum. Obviously, we do the usual rules that me and you abide by. So we don't do like multiplayer trophies, for example.
Yeah, they suck.
Or Souls-likes or horror games.
Like games that are doable but aren't like ridiculous. Like I know what games you should be getting, Pengy. Well, you've said that now. That's come out of your mouth, so we'll see. But I'm not. I'm pretty confident I'm going to get to 50. The only thing that's going to slow me down is that the games I'm going for are quite long. So the other game I've been playing a lot of this week, and I'm going to apologise to every single person that has told me to play this game, and I just haven't, and that is On Rush, because the servers end the end of next month. And Craig, we've missed out, buddy. We have missed out big time, because this game is so much down our street. It's a joke. I
don't know what it is.
So On Rush is from Codemasters. It's a racing game. It's from the makers of MotorStorm, Drive Club, and the team that went on to make Dirt 5. And the best way I can describe it is if you crossed MotorStorm, Burnout, and SSX into like a 5v5 racing game. It's that you take down cars, you've got boosts, you've got power-ups, you have like objectives in the races. Like it's not like win the race, it's like get this many takedowns, like get in the zones when they spawn. Like it is a fun ass arcadey multiplayer game, and it's so good. So good. And obviously at the minute, because everyone is playing it for the Platinums, I'm getting into multiplayer games within 10 seconds, full lobbies within 10 seconds. It's very enjoyable. It looks great on PS5. And yeah, I'm gutted that this game came out.
This before. I know this is,
it's very good. I'm presuming it's not still on Game Pass because it's been taken off the stores. I've only got it because it was PS Plus, so I have it just on my library, so that's how I am playing it. But yes, that is the Platinum I'm going for number 41. It is a 0.6% Platinum at the moment. I do have the second rarest trophy already, though, which was a 2% trophy. I have that already, so I think there is just one that is basically complete the single player mode that I need to get. I think I should be able to get all of the multiplayer trophies done this week, so I won't have to worry about that. But yeah, that's one of the games I want to do, and I'm very excited. And again, I'm devastated that I missed this game 4 years ago when it came out. But I think it came out. If you two
played
before.
it when it was new, it might still be living.
Yeah, I just think it came out. Did it come out a week before E3? Is it that? Is that game? I'm pretty sure it is. And it just got lost in the shuffle. If it'd been called Dirt On Rush, I think it would be much more successful than it was. But
there was Dirt Showdown, wasn't there?
Yes, which did do better because it was called Dirt Showdown. If that game had just been called Showdown, I don't think it would have done very well. But I think this team's been quite unlucky, really, because obviously Drive Club died, and it was a better game than it got credit for. I think Dirt 5 is a better game than it gets credit for. Yeah. MotorStorm Apocalypse had quite a lot of bad luck as well, if I remember rightly, Pengy, when it came out. But yeah, great game. Really enjoying it. And as for games purchased last week, I actually went to game yesterday with my partner, and we bought a second PlayStation controller. We bought a purple PS5 controller, and we bought Call of Duty Cold War for 20 quid because she wanted to play Cold War. I haven't played Cold War yet, but Craig always tells me how good Cold War is. So I thought for 20 quid, I don't think you can really go wrong.
Which was? I don't know if I played Cold War.
Cold War is not the World War II one that came out last year, the one that came out the year before that was like, had the really good campaign in... God, is it like Cold War, Pengy?
Yeah.
It was Black Ops Cold War.
Black Ops Cold War.
Yeah, and remember it had like that stealth mission as well.
Yes,
in like
in the
an
streets
embassy
of, like,
or something.
Yeah. But I mean, it was 20 quid, and that's the cheapest I've seen a Call of Duty game in ages, especially on the newer consoles, obviously the PS5 version. So I was like, my girlfriend wanted to play Call of Duty. I was like, okay, like why not? We're getting a controller for multiplayer, so why not get Call of Duty? I haven't played it yet, but yeah, I picked that up. That was only yesterday. But yeah, that is the games I've been playing. Obviously, I have done a video on the channel that is 4 minutes long where I talk about my plan to get to 50. So if you're interested in listening to me talk about trophies, jump in, watch that video, give us some suggestions for games you would like me to do. And
Like that was episode 0, so I guess once you've got like the on rush
yeah,
platinum,
so the
to
first
episode
platinum,
1 on
yeah,
run. Blah,
yes.
blah.
So whatever I get next episode, whatever platinum 41 is, will be episode 1, and I'll do that until I get to 50. And if I do get to 50, I will probably try and stream some of it if it lines up. Maybe get you guys in on the chat. We'll see what happens and what game it ends up being. But yes, that's me for the week. Craigo, what have you been up to?
For me, it's kind of similar to Pengi. It's a lot more of the same. I played more Grid. I started the cups on it now that I've done the actual main campaign. So I did the rookie cups at the moment, and it plays weirdly a little bit different because the AI in the cups is nowhere near as shithouse as it is in the main campaign. Because in the main campaign, if you touch another like vehicle, they will just continuously plow you. Like they will just keep trying to pit you, smash you into walls. Like it can be infuriating sometimes. It does get quite annoying. But playing, I don't know if they turned that off outside of that because there's definitely none of that. It's much more chill. I'm guessing I'm still playing on the same difficulty, but I'm guessing because I'm on the rookie cups, it seems a lot more easy. So I'm guessing as I progress through them, it will get harder, I'd assume. So yeah, that's it for Grid. And then the only thing I played is more Deathloop. I'm still working my way through that. I think I've done 3 out of the 8 like leads that you've got to do before I'm guessing you can unlock like all the information. Then you can do the final loop. So I'm just working my way towards that at the moment, and that's it from me. That's what I play.
Nice, that's not too bad. Ow, God, just kick my chair, boys. Is it like a completion you think you'll be able to go for? Are you enjoying it enough for that, or is it kind of a once you're done, move on to say Scorn or something else after that?
Oh, well, definitely.
Yes.
I doubt it's a completion. I'll just have a look, see how hard it is a second. But
I
I'd
don't know if there's
imagine
any multiplayer trophies.
I'd
in it or
imagine
not.
so. Yeah, it's a hard one. It's only a 1% one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
yeah,
it pushing you to play Dishonored 2?
It's definitely pushing me to play more arcane games.
Yeah.
I want to play Prey. Definitely,
Yes.
that looks really good.
And obviously we'll play Redfall next year, Greg, because
Yeah.
we always play the multiplayer games at launch on Gamecast.
Yeah, they're but yeah, they are kind of masters at the sort of game. They do the whole like stealth but not stealth very well.
Optional
I
stealth,
feel like
right?
yeah, I feel like a lot of games like say you can do stealth or not do stealth, and you get to it and you're like, oh, this is completely built around stealth. Whereas they do a very good job of kind of making it like, oh, you can do a bit of stealth, but as soon as you get bored or you just want to start fucking murdering people, shoot away. And a lot of the powers you get are really cool as well. I've got one now where if there's a group of enemies like gathered together, I can like link them all together, and then if I headshot and kill one of them, like they all die. So it can be really satisfying if you get like 8 enemies like grouped together on this one ability, and then I kill one of them, and then all of them die at once. That's quite cool. So yeah, they do a really good job of kind of mixing in things like that.
Yeah, I mean, satisfying combat is really, what they're known for. So it's good to see, and obviously we've got quite a lot of Game Pass games coming out this month, Craigo. So I'm sure you will be more than able to play a lot of games this month and get that sweet ass achievement score up. Obviously, I've been toying with the idea of doing a end of year achievement / trophy look for us all, but we'll probably discuss that off air, see if that's something we want to do.
It's a real pity the Switch has no achievement system.
Yeah, I mean, for you, it's going to be this might be your
ridiculous.
Yours might be the worst ever year for you, actually, Chris. In that regard, I'd be interested to look actually, because obviously at the end of the year, most of them give out the stats, don't they? So I'll be very interested to see if this is indeed the worst PlayStation and Xbox year you've ever had.
It'd be interesting because Nintendo even do that then.
They do,
they do. And I know last year was like double the year before, so it'd be interesting if like this year is double the amount of time played on Switch.
I
than,
suspect
like,
for
last
me
year.
the PlayStation's going to be so much higher.
I'm thinking maybe even more than double, but so it'd be interesting, like you said, the stat things.
Yeah,
There's a lot of long JRPGs in there, isn't there? There's got to be a lot of
because
time.
like Battlefield, for instance, I want to say I'm like 32 hours in, and I'm on like at the end of chapter 5. So I still got a chapter.
And you'll buy Persona, right?
No, not
No, you're
not,
gonna buy
not.
Crisis Core for sure.
Yeah, by Crisis Core, but that's like 25 hours long, so
You're gonna 100% complete it, surely, Chris. Get all the side quests.
mostly not.
No.
But you say that was obviously if I've talked about I've done like the side missions. I've actually looked at the trophies of Diofield. How I've played it, I could have most probably got the platinum for it. That's when looking back.
But thankfully,
I
you
played it on
haven't
PlayStation.
because you
No.
betrayed PlayStation, much like you did to Sega all those years ago. But anyway, Chris's betrayal. So let's talk about another bit of competition, boys, in our topic of the show. Tots. And that is the Fantasy League. We're back. We haven't talked about it for a while. There was some technical issues. I have fixed those technical issues. So let's talk about where we are right now. So where we are right now, boys, is Chris Pengelly is way out ahead with 191 points.
Yes.
I'm in second with 117 points, and Craig is dead last at the minute with 82 points. Now, it has to be said, Pengy, I believe, has 2 games that are due to come out. Yes, he has Bayonetta 3 and Open Roads.
Open Roads is not coming out this year.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
that's not on here. So Pengels has realistically got Bayonetta 3.
That's all I have left.
I have that's going to come out. Who knows with Advance Wars at this point? But we can guarantee we can get Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Gotham Knights, Sonic, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And Craigo has most of his hitters left, so he's got God of War Ragnarok, which will come out very soon, and I suspect will be the game of the year. Maybe Elden Ring can ask that, but anyway, Hollow Knight Silksong, is that due out this year?
No, I think they've said it's when at the Xbox show. Obviously, said it was coming to Game Pass.
Okay, but they haven't given a date. That's why you can't reveal it, right? Is that the problem? Okay.
The thing is with that Xbox show was obviously it was like everything was coming out in the next like
12.
It was the first half of
it's winter, isn't it?
next
Up until the
year.
end of winter, something like that.
So yeah, it's like it's not got a date basically. I basically got the meme of that I had last year where it's just gonna be sat there and I won't be able to drop it.
Yeah,
But
I think Advance Wars is that.
I knew that going into it, so
Yeah.
it had to be done.
But you will get Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which will do well. You will get a Plague Tale Requiem, which I think is previewing quite well. Callisto Protocol you will get, or has that been delayed? That's this year.
No, it's December.
So that'll do well. And Dark Tide, they just sent out the beta codes, so that will probably come out this year.
I've seen a bit of the beta being
and I think that will do very well as well. So Craig, I think, is actually on course to be second. Because I'm relying heavily on Sonic and Gotham Knights to do me a favour. And I don't think, if I'm honest, boys, I think I might have made a mistake getting Gotham. I think Gotham Knights is going to do worse than Sonic, actually.
Yeah, I mean, people have not been hot on that game for a long time.
The 30 frames is going to ruffle up game reviewers.
And I don't know why people were excited in the first place because it's not Rocksteady, is it? It's like the B team.
It's
the
team
ones that did the
Arkham
rubbish.
Origins,
Yeah,
which isn't rubbish.
Batman games.
Which isn't rubbish. So I'm going to stop you there. Arkham Origins is a good game, but it's not the same. Like genuinely, like I probably enjoy that the second most of the Arkham games because it's kind of much more like the first one. But that's a debate for another day. But yeah, Gotham Knights, I think the switch to co-op and then the weird technical issues is just not hitting with the previews. Sonic is weird, right? So I don't know if this is Stockholm Syndrome, but I kind of feel like Sonic is going to do better than we expect because it's going to review higher than people think. So I think people are going to play it and expect absolute dog shit, and it's going to not be absolute dog shit, so I think it might get a better score than it deserves. This is my theory, and we will see.
I think from like people who've played it, it sounds like the actual levels and the 2D parts of it are like actually really good. It's like the open worldy
which is the Sonic cycle, which is I think is every Sonic game that's come out.
Yeah,
since
which kind of sounds like it's might let it down.
If I don't lose points, I'd be happy. If we got 70, I'd be so happy. And I think it will get 70. Call of Duty might be my surprise one. Sorry, Pinky.
I can see Sonic being like a 72, 73.
I think its limit is 80. I think 80 is its highest limit. I think you might get.
I think anything past 70.
I think
they might be dancing in the streets.
Okay, I think someone will give it a 9, but I also think someone will give it a 6. So
It's
we'll
like
see.
www.welovesonic.com.
Like, like kind of funny. I'll give it a 9 because they're like meme. They'll give Gotham Knights a 2, and they'll give Sonic Frontiers a 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2, I think, has the potential to do a lot better than people are expecting. Because I think the beta was very well received. The story campaign looks very, very good. The game is going to run well because it's always like, let's be honest, even the worst Call of Duties are never that bad. And I think this is coming off of Vanguard. I think this is one's going to do really well.
The first Life of the Modern Warfare reboot was amazing. As well.
And you got, like I said, you talk quite highly of Cold War, and Pete, my friend, talks quite highly of Cold War as well. So,
although saying that, just looking, the first of the reboots only got 81, which is criminal.
I think the problem is that Call of Duty scores are difficult because, like, I remember when like Ghosts would get like 87, and then you'd play Ghost and be like, But yeah, I don't know. I think Modern Warfare 2 is going to do well. I presume it doesn't include Warzone in the scoring.
Nah, that's a separate game.
Okay, cool. Because I know Warzone 2 is coming with it, isn't it? Around the same time. So, which me and Craig may even jump into. Who knows? But yes, and obviously Pokemon will be Pokemon. I think there's no way it does less than 80, unless it is absolute car crash broken, which I just don't think it will be at this point. I think they've done too many Switch games now.
Yeah, even Arceus got like Pengals. What was that? How much did that get you, Pengals? Like 80 something? 80...
Yeah, let me have a look.
That got you 14 points. So, like, if even that's getting Pengy 14 points, that's going to get you, at least 10. I'm sure.
Did anyone get Arceus this year?
Yeah.
Pengy.
Yes, I got 14. Yeah, I thought
I was going to counter pick it, and then didn't because it started previewing really well.
The Pearl remakes and stuff, which didn't do quite as well. I think still did decent points. But yeah, I think this year Pengy getting Elden Ring and then Pengy's knowledge of the indie games has absolutely paid off for him. I suspect.
Yeah, Chris is because Chris had a weird tactic, didn't he? Where he like basically filled up his whole team in like a week in like loads of £1 game, $1 bids. And they really did the same thing last year, and it backfired tremendously. But it's actually worked pretty well for him this year. So
yeah, like obviously I got some dodgy ones. Like Company Heroes has now been delayed.
I did not realize that had been delayed.
Yeah, it got announced quite recently. I was very happy when I heard it.
Yeah, that's the like watching the Easy Allies and their like midway thing is like PC exclusive sort of games like that always do well, and I feel it would have done well if it did come out. And then it's all the indies like Cult of Lamb, Neon White, they're all done very good.
Return to Monkey Island is the biggest surprise for me that it's reviewed so well. I wasn't expecting anything of that game. I think I considered it when it got announced and just presumed it would do like 75. So for that to come out and do 86, you've played it, haven't you, Chris? I haven't played it yet.
No, I've not played it.
You've not played it. It's one that I really want to play because those games are really fun. But someone's.
I did not realise Oxen 3 had been officially delayed as well.
Yeah.
It's been a weird year. Like, it's been a really weird year. I know it's like October, but like I'm looking at your list and I'm like, I completely forgot that games like Kirby came out this year. I completely forgot that Far Changing Tides came out, that Moss Book 2 came out. Like, it's been so weird. Very weird. Nobody Saves the World was this year. I completely forgot about that. Tunic was this year. I forgot about that. Yeah.
That's because Dave doesn't play indie games. That's that's the
well, there's that. I don't.
There's
play,
the reason there.
Yeah, I don't play indie games in general. I mean, I'm very streaky, and I had a very weird start to the year, didn't I? Just in life. So like, I've only really caught up with games in the last 2 to 3 months, where I've played a lot of video games, and we'll talk about in our end of year reviews when we get there. But like, I think overall it's been quite a good year, though. I think looking at this now, I think it's been quite a good year for games, but we'll talk about
Angi's counter picks as well are very solid. He's not lost any points from counter picks, which is rare.
Yes, I mean that's the best case scenario, isn't it? Really, like, I mean,
pretty much.
You made some absolute mistake in picking King of Fighters, and I made the same mistake with Nobody Saves the World. So it's like, what are we thinking here, me and you? But obviously, it's all into as we know. If Pengy does win, he wins. That takes us, me and Pengy.
I'm hoping. Otherwise, there he's gone, Dave. He is a long way gone.
Like, I can't see Open Roads coming out. They haven't their last tweet was I think it was August 2021, and it's the game's coming out next year. They've not tweeted anything since, and obviously there's been
lots of controversy, don't there, around that team? So yeah.
Yeah, so
Because is that Annapurna?
Annapurna's publisher, but it's done by Fulbright, the ones that
Yeah.
did Tacoma and Gone Home and all that sort of stuff. So you can see why he picked it because they always review well. So it's like they said the indie knowledge. Basically, I'm just hoping for an 89 on Bayonetta 3, so I end with 200 points.
Oh, you're definitely gonna get over 200, I reckon, easily. I think
So
you could be. I mean, Bayonetta could get you what, like I reckon you could be on 210, Pengy. You're flying.
I definitely Bayonetta's gonna get 99 points, Craig.
I think it'll. I think
You only need 19.
I think Bayonetta
So you have to
will
be an
get.
89.
I think Bayonetta
Yeah,
will get
yeah.
85. I think Bayonetta is going to struggle for reviewers because of all the other games that are coming out around the time. I think people are just going to be so much into God of War they just don't care about anything else. But we'll see. I think God of War is the only game that stands any chance of getting near Elden Ring. I think I will finish last, but I will take that. It means I'll get the first one next year, so it's not the end of the world. And I've
Yeah,
obviously
it's
already
gonna
won one,
be.
so Craig will just be
It's
the
gonna be
only loser in the
really
group. So.
close between me and Dave, by the looks of it. To be fair.
Yeah,
so
because looking back on this, like looking at your list, like God of War is mostly going to get 30 points in there. Silksong's going to be 0. Mario & Rabbids, what's going to be 10, most probably, sort of thing. Plague
I
Tale,
think the first one got like pretty good.
yeah, what 10 or 15-ish for like Plague Tale,
Yeah, maybe.
and then
Again, I think the first one got like 80s, low 80s. So.
it's difficult with sequels though, because I think the expectation is higher. So it goes one of two ways. Either people love it and will bum the crap out of it and give it 90, or they'll be like, oh, it's a bit too similar to the last game, so 77. I still think they're both going to get you points. Like I don't think you've got a Sonic situation going on where you're like, I'll be happy if it doesn't lose points. But like,
I can still see Darktide being a bit iffy, even the betas, because you look at things like Pack for Blood and stuff this year, and they haven't reviewed
I think if you're reviewing
particularly well.
If you're reviewing Warhammer games and it's not awful, you get a good score.
Yeah, you got to remember, is it Vermintide 2, like the similar one they did?
Yeah, did really
yeah. Looking
well.
at that now, that's on 83.
Yeah, so I think it'll be a 75 plus game.
And I think Back 4 Blood actually got Dave quite a lot of points.
Back 4 Blood reviewed
year.
well, it just didn't do well, if that makes sense. People were bored of it after a week, but you review it in a week, don't you? So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Dark Tide. Probably the next time I jump fully into something new on Xbox.
Well, it's got a weird release though, hasn't it? Because it's only releasing on PC at first now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they've they've delayed the console version, so which might be a good thing for me because it means that our like reviews for me, I guess, will only be PC versions, which would be people playing on like
be big nerds,
ridiculous like £4,000 PCs.
Yeah,
on it, so
well,
it would look really pretty.
There's nothing that is more nerdy than Warhammer, so it'd be all of us.
Yeah.
So great stuff.
But when is the console version? Is that next year though?
Yeah, I assume so. I feel actually they might have said it was still coming this year, which might bring it down.
I was thinking maybe it's going to be a Cyberpunk situation where it was like 90 something on PC, and then the console version came out, and then we all know what happened.
I don't think it'll be that bad, but we'll see.
I feel like they've probably done the right thing there and delaying the console versions to try and avoid that. They've probably learned a lesson from CG Project Red there.
Love it. Well, that's the main topic of the show. I mean, as for anything else, is there anything else anyone wants to talk about? As it's quite a short episode, has anyone got any games they want to get to this coming week, or anything they've got their eye on? Like, are me and Craig going to jump into the Forza Horizon DLC at any point? What's going on?
Yes, that this week, the anniversary thing.
Yeah, it's
I
already
haven't
out.
really seen much. I've not seen much about it.
It's a full story campaign with achievements, and it has some modes from previous games come back. So Midnight Battles are back from 1, 2, and 3, which are night street races. So yeah, there's content, there's achievements, there's more cars.
I did not know any of this. I've not seen anyone not even like sites like IGN or anyone. No one is mentioned.
So
the
big
DLC
problem with Xbox at the moment is that the entire news cycle is focused on this Activision deal, and like every bit of Xbox podcasting or news is about this deal or something cloud related. Like no one's talking about content, really. I think that's fair to say. Like I don't think that is it. Like for example, after the Japanese thing, there was barely anyone talking about that Tokyo Game Show showcase. Like I haven't seen a single thing about people talking about like Ni no Kuni, or the fact that Persona comes in a week. Like, surely there should be bigger news. But yeah, the Forza thing has come out, and no one saw there was a 10 gig update, and it's out. It's available to play. No one talks about it. I downloaded it.
I might even play that. I honestly, I didn't know when it was out. You know, I've not seen anything, and I've seen anything on Twitter or anyone going on playing the Forza DLC. Crazy.
Anything from you, Craig?
I don't know, it depends where I finish Deathloop, to be honest with you. But I probably will jump into Forza. And then I'm not exactly. I think it's like the 22nd or the 23rd that Plague Tale comes in. So that probably like maybe I'll finish Deathloop just in time to start Plague Tale.
No, Playhouse Tuesday, the 18th.
Oh, is it soon? Is it? Oh, I
Mm.
definitely want to finish Deathloop by then. So
Yeah.
I'll finish Deathloop first, and then probably jump into that.
Love it. It's always difficult to balance games in an adult life, isn't it? At the moment, it's getting getting close to Christmas Day, so we'll have a big. I'm sure there'll be a big episode about the games we want to play at Christmas. Because mine are quite. I don't know about Craig, but I've probably got like 10 games I'd quite like to play at Christmas already.
Yeah.
What about you, Penny? Is it just finishing
I
Direfield?
think. Well, I finished in Direfield, and then after that, I really want to play Nier Automata, and there's also on the backlog Challenge. But I think I'm more likely to play Valkyrie Elysium first, just because it's
Oh, Chris. In
mostly
terms of like worst decisions of your life, when you're in your old age, Penguin, you're reflecting on your days, and you think back to I want this clip from this very podcast to be played. Like, I could play Nier Automata, or I'm going to play Valkyrie Elysium.
Yeah, but I just think Valkyrie Elysium, like it's like 20 hours long. Finish it, get a bunch of trophies on it, and then trade it in or something. Where Nier I will get to maybe after a little bit later.
So the worst
How
thing
many years have you been saying I'm going to get to Nier Automata, though, Chris Bengelli? How long has this been going on for?
I think it came out. Did it come out in 2019? So
it's older than that.
It's like one of the best games ever. It's like the most Japanese game ever, and you love Japanese games, and you're playing Valkyrie. Oh, Chris,
So,
you've lost your head, mate. You've lost your head.
Craig, it actually gets worse. I don't know if Chris has revealed to you the other game he's pre-ordered.
no, I only have 2 games pre-ordered. Dave.
You'd like to tell Craig what they are.
One of them is Bayonetta 3.
Right, yeah, I could expect that.
Yeah, and the other one comes out actually the day before on a Thursday. I don't know why this company loves a Thursday now. It's Star Ocean.
No, if you play that instead of Nier Automata, Chris, then you need to give it up. Go find something else. Start doing like yoga or something instead. I don't
I'd
know.
love to watch Chris do yoga. I've only got 2 games pre-ordered myself, Chris, and that is Cuphead, and Assassin's Creed Mirage.
That's nice. Yeah,
Two games I've got pre-ordered.
Me and Dave have still only got 2 games pre-ordered.
Mine are both cheaper than both of yours, I think, as well.
Most probably.
Absolutely. I'm very excited for Assassin's Creed Mirage. I
thought you'd have like Harvestella and some nonsense like that pre-ordered, Pengy.
What pre-ordered?
Harvestella, that.
Oh no, yeah,
Square
but
game.
yeah, I will get that, but I haven't got it pre-ordered. I've only got the 2 October games.
The only mistake I could make is if they make a physical release for Persona 4 and 3 as like a pack. That's the only mistake I could make.
How would that be a mistake?
Because I could just play it on Game Pass. And I already own 4 on Vita. So that's the mistake I could make. But that's about it. I don't think... I would quite like God of War, but that is a Christmas present. Or a reward for getting 50 platinums. Like, that's kind of how I'm looking at God of War. It's one of those things, like, God of War is a game I'd love to play, but it's that £65 launch price, Craig. You just can't justify it. You just can't justify it for games nowadays, you know?
It is hideous, isn't it?
It is, because, I mean, it's going to be one of the best games, and it's going to be a case of me avoiding spoilers and avoiding clips about it, and basically not being able to watch any PlayStation content for, like, a month. Because it's just
I'm going to avoid that until, like, the summer next year.
I know, but the difference is, like, it wouldn't stop you buying it, though, right? Like, if it came out, if you saw it for 40 quid on PlayStation 4, or you decided to rent it, you know... I don't know. I still think you will or should get a PS5. I mean, we've had this discussion many times. I think you should just sell your Xbox and get a PS5 at this point.
Nah.
I mean, wait until I get more platinums to you, then do it. When it's already lost, and your only way back is to sell your soul to Rataliki Games, which means you've lost already because you're lowering yourself to it, you know?
No.
But there we go. So yes, that's another episode of the show, probably the shortest ever episode we've ever done. Please put in the comments, what games should Chris play for his last 2 platinums? He won't listen to you, but I would like the conversation anyway. And
one of them won't be Valkyrie Elysium because there's some of the trophies I'd like do every level in the super duper hard mode and get SS rank in
all presumed
every
you
level.
wouldn't be getting a Square Enix platinum, Chris. Don't you worry. Put in the thing, what should Craig play on Game Pass that he hasn't already played? Because the man knows all the Game Pass, but there is so many games on Game Pass, even Craig can't play every Game Pass game. So yeah, let him know what you should play after Deathloop. But yeah, thank you for watching. Scorn. I personally, I would get Craig playing Persona 5 Royale because I think he'd actually like it. But that's a thing for another day, getting Craig to play Persona, isn't it? But yes, thank you for another week. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, and we will speak to you again next week. Thank you for watching.
Bye.